Hey everyone, how you doing? Just wanted to make a quick video. Weather's really good where I'm at today. The sun is out and it snowed yesterday, but that's cleared up. Not a snowflake in sight. So definitely a blessing. But today I just wanted to check in and share a quick video on some things in my life that have been really helping me and acknowledging things that I've been through, and I understand others go through this as well. Today I wanted to talk about addictions of any kind, whether it's to food, to lust, to money, to substance abuse. I haven't directly had addictions to substances per se, even though I've had my bouts with binging and things like that, but I've grown up around it. I've seen it destroy the lives of people that I'm close to. And I wanted to share this because I empathize with anyone that's going through it. There's a lot of reasons why, stress, trauma, procrastination, the fear of not being enough, environmental factors, I think, which is overlooked a lot of why people go through addiction issues. Things happening in our environment, the places we live, our actual dwellings, that can be water damage. So there's a lot going on there as to why people, continue picking up the bottle or eat the food or just relinquish the need to try to get better. And I've been there, and it is a day-to-day struggle. But, few things have helped. And one of them is to not overthink things, just to put action towards what you want to do. And to not be too hard on yourself, because, at the ripe age of 40, I am really starting to see life in a different light. The 20s, I was trying to figure things out. The 30s were definitely very hard. And into 40s, I'm starting to realize that, life isn't going to get really easier, but it's really how you play with life that really matters, and where you spend your time. And it's also very important when situations arise that are uncomfortable or hard, how you really act. And I also think that there comes a time in our life when we have to go through these things. We have to go through the tough times of going through addiction, of basically uncovering our shadows, not limiting ourselves. Now, I know a lot of religions and popular schools of thought and philosophy or psychology talk about the need to, limit urges and things like this, but I'm glad that I had a life that I've lived and definitely took in part, or I basically, succumbed to those urges. I tried them out, and I'm starting to understand that they're really not all that. And I think part of Eastern wisdom is, shedding the skin of all this material wants and material needs. And I always thought it was cliche to even think this way or see the world this way, or it's some new age type of bullshit. But having gone through the ringer, having gone through tough times, boy, I am starting to see the light in a different way. I guess I'm more honest with myself, and I know those things of, being addicted to food or substance or lust. It can go away. It's almost like it's like this loud music that's in your head, but eventually the noise subsides. But it takes a lot of will, a lot of courage, and a lot of intelligence that people don't have. Not that people aren't smart, but, for example, environmental things. A lot of people don't understand that the environment could be causing them so much pain. The places they work, the places they live, the things that we do, the cheap building material, these types of things can actually hurt us and keep our mind in gridlock. And it becomes harder for us to build empathy towards other people that are going through the same thing. When I was younger, I resented people that had these addictions, these problems, because I wanted them to get their shit straight so they can be, better people to themselves and me and the people that I loved. But, everyone is on their own journey, and all we can do is have empathy and light a lamp of love, like while they walk on their path. And I think it's really important to start to really see the world as something truly divine, something truly beautiful. Because the truth is, there's a lot of problems in the world, and it takes an extreme amount of courage to see the world as something amazing, despite all that, or in spite of all that. So I'm starting to look at the world more that way. I think wars are going to happen, drugs are going to happen, famine's still going to happen, even though it doesn't need to be anymore. But, what can you control today? Or what can I do within my little tiny spirit today that can make this day, this moment, the most enjoyable, the most filled with love and gratitude and all those good things that sound new agey, but man, they really aren't. We live in a world where everything is commoditized, even spirituality. And, as I'm making this channel, it's really not about you to adopt a certain belief system or anything like that. If anything, it's try to find your own self as while I'm trying to find mine. I think that's why this channel is called Finding Swami. Swami means guru. Finding just means, on the search of. So it's on the search of your own inner guru. It's yours. And I feel the lessons are many. If you come across someone who angers you, who makes you sad, it's more revealing of your character than theirs. So everybody in the world, everyone around us is a hidden teacher. The ones that cause us the most angst are our actual biggest teachers. So I'm beginning to learn that a little bit more. And I don't even think that's some wisdom or anything. I think it just comes around with age. You have to go through shit to learn. But yeah, that's all I wanted to share today. Just a quick video. Wishing you guys all light, love, and peace. And I'll start putting a link to my blog down there and other resources if you want to follow me. But it is kind of oddly therapeutic just to make these videos every day. I don't know if anyone's going to listen, but that's not the point. But anyway, take care, much love, and I'll see you again.